Alright, we had a pretty big day yesterday with the Mustang, but we got to keep going today. We'll go for a little bit, but it's nice out there. And I'm going to take that hot rod for a ride later, but we're going to spend a couple hours on this. We're going to put these exhaust manifolds, I'm going to bolt them up. As you remember yesterday I told you had to lay them in there before I put the heads in there. So now I got my hardware all clean. Everything's all the bolts are clean. Got a little dab of Never-Seez on them, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put them in there. It's pretty simple. We'll start the two end bolts, and then we'll just slip the gasket down in there, hook it on these two hooks right here. We'll put the rest of the bolts in, snug them up. I got everything nice and clean, so you know, it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, one of the less enjoyable things of this job, but nonetheless, got to be done. We're gonna get it done. All right, let's go. And then this gasket goes, so the side, that's the manifold side.
It's a tight space to work in, so Dad is just going to get the bolts started with his fingers first and then tighten it with a wrench. It's the same deal on the other side as well.
Alright, they're all on there now, but I can certainly tell you that was definitely the least fun of anything I've done on this car so far. That was not fun. So, but yeah, that was not fun, but we got it done. And let's take a break. Well, sometimes you go from the hard job to easy jobs. So I'm going to throw these valve covers on. This should be about the easiest thing right here. Let's get these on.
There's just a few bolts to screw in on top of our newly painted valve covers, and this engine is starting to look really nice.
Let's take a look and see where we're at. So we got the carburetor back on, and we got our heater hoses back on, and the coil. So what do we got left? Power steering, distributor, alternator, a little bit of the fuel line there is going to be fixed, and then underneath we got to hook up the two exhaust pipes. We're going to have to get that bolt out of that alternator. I don't know if you guys remember that. That baby's... I'm just put this on the bench here. But that bolt is stuck in that alternator. So we're going to try and save it. I'm gonna put it in the press and press that bolt out, and hopefully I don't harm that alternator. What we're gonna do is we're gonna press this bolt through the sleeve, through the alternator. I got a socket set up here so it will slide into the socket, and I just got a block of wood supporting the alternator because I'm trying to save the alternator. I mean, that bolt's been in there for a long time, so let's see what happens here. I mean, we tried everything. We tried heat. It just does not want to come out of there. So, but let's try a press. See what happens here. man, that bolt is in there. Oof. That thing is in there. I don't know if that's gonna move. Nope. It's cocking that thing sideways. That's crazy. I ain't never seen one that stuck. Let's see, what else can we do here? The alternator is kind of doing this number into the socket. Wow.
A heavy-duty impact gun and more penetrating fluid should be able to get this thing off. And maybe a hammer too.
Well, it's moving. Well, I finally got it out. And let me tell you something. That was not fun. I've never seen one in there that rusty. That thing was in there. Who even knows if the alternator is any good after this? But, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, that alternator took a beating. It has been in there, I guess, 50 years. Well, maybe not 50, but close to it. Because it is a replacement alternator. The bolt is a little bent. Gonna have to tweak that, straighten that up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Jeez. I think we'll never seize this thing. Well, I ended up working all day, so 5 o'clock, weekend's over. I'm gonna take a ride out in the car, maybe get some pizza. So let's see what we got here. So she's all back together, all of it. We got to put some coolant in it, and we got to put some exhaust manifold studs, hook up the pipes. But other than that, she's ready to go. That's it. Over and out. All we got to do is clean up this mess and put these tools away, and then it's Sunday, you know, it's Sunday. I should take either that bike or that hot rod out for a ride. Because before I know it, I'll be back at work tomorrow.